Let's talk about 9 practical ways that you can help your child build their self-esteem. The first practical step in building your child's self-esteem is to listen to them and how they express themselves in their thoughts and feelings. Validating them helps them feel more secure in what they are feeling. The second practical way in helping your child build their self-esteem is to introduce different areas of interest and encouraging them to explore their areas of interest. The third way to help build your child's self-esteem is to praise their effort. In praising your child's effort and not focusing on the result, it helps build their self-esteem. So for instance, an example would be, let's use a little girl and she's playing with her doll and she's gathering up the hair and she's trying to wrap the rubber band around. Mind you, this is a child, 7 or younger, and they're trying to manipulate the rubber band and get it around the hair, and some of the hair is poking out and it's kind of crazy, and they're struggling, but they are really focusing their efforts in trying to get that rubber band on. Regardless of whether or not it gets into a ponytail, that doesn't matter. Did they truly try? And if you see them truly trying, validate that, praise them, and that builds their self-esteem, their resilience. They're like, I tried, I did everything, but okay, maybe now I can ask for help. How do I do this better? Mom, how do I move my fingers? Or dad, whatever. But validating their efforts, that is huge, regardless of the outcome. That positive reinforcement when you see your child trying their best is huge in building their self-confidence, their self-esteem, and their willingness to try and to maybe not meet the child's expectation on how things should turn out, but did they truly try? And they're like, Mom, I tried, but this is what came out, or this is how it turned out. And you're just like, well, I see that you really tried, and this is good because you put full effort in. The fourth practical way to help your child build self-esteem is to allow them the ability to try new things, to let them take risks, make choices, problem solve different things. And so have those new experiences and to test their skill set. And that's in them practicing and trying, there's that saying, practice makes perfect. Well, we have to allow the child to practice their skills and to improve upon them. And so praising them and reassuring them of their efforts will go a long way in building their self-esteem. In allowing a child to take age-appropriate risks, such as making new friends or whatever. If they're at a playground and your child's playing alone, but they see a group of children playing together and they want to engage in play, encouraging and allowing them to take that risk to walk over by themselves, to ask to play with the child. And that does the biggest wonders for a child. It boosts their self-confidence. They're like, hey, I was acknowledged by these kids. I was allowed to play. I know how to talk to my peers. And so that is a huge confidence builder and self-esteem. The fifth practical way in building your child's self-esteem is to allow them to make mistakes. In allowing your child to make mistakes and to learn from the mistakes, this is where the learning happens. And in school, there's this saying, there's no such thing as failure. Failure, that's the first attempt in learning. When we fail, that's where the learning happens. And so allowing your child to practice, this is where they're learning. And so to positively reinforce that, be like, hey, I saw that you really practiced this. And yes, you made some mistakes, but you gave it a full 10 minutes and look at the improvement you made in 10 minutes. An example of this would be like a young child or any individual learning to play the piano. Just learning that simple chord, the first few and the movement and the timing and, all of that. It takes time and practice. And so allowing the mistakes and those things to happen, that's where they're learning. And so say, hey, I see your effort. You're doing great. keep going, keep going. It sounds great. As your child is exploring different areas of interest and they are making those mistakes and learning and growing, they are building that self-confidence and is allowing them to build that self-esteem and that natural resiliency and their ability to explore their world and to see what they can obtain. Number 6 in helping your child build their self-esteem would be to offer choices that are age appropriate for them. And this could be, going to the movies. It could be going to the playground or, what restaurant to go eat at, but allowing them to have a say in different things. It helps them feel validated as a human. And so age appropriate choices is a big deal. And they're like, oh, I had to say, we picked a good restaurant. Our hamburger was really good. Everybody got this, but I chose it. And so it allows the little one or the older child to say they own some bragging rights. Because let's face it, the world is all about competition and who does this better. So allowing your child to build that resiliency and being able to make a choice and say, hey, yeah, that's a good restaurant, or that was a good game, or, next time, well, we'll do a little bit more research and we'll pick a better one. So that's all the process in learning and building that self-esteem. Number 7 in practical ways to help your child build self-esteem is to offer them different tasks where they can succeed. And this would mean the child, even household chores. You've taught the child how to pick up the toys, which bins they go in, everything's labeled. And so you're providing them the space and time to succeed at cleaning their room. You say, hey, little Johnny, I need your room cleaned so we can go to the pool. We have 15 minutes. I want your room. I want all the toys picked up. We'll do the clothes later. But you've given the expectation and the opportunity for the child to succeed. And then, before you take off out the door, you just quickly glance in the room as you're gathering the bathing suit and the towel. And you're just like, Johnny, thank you for picking up your toys and putting them where they belong. You're empowering them and you're assigning a task that they can complete. And they're like, I did that. I am useful. I mean something to this family. And so the other thing that this does is it builds purpose and meaning for that family member within the family. So assigning a task that is meaningful, that can be completed and it benefits the family and all within the household. That is huge. That's a huge self-esteem builder. Number 8 in practical ways to help your child build a self-esteem is through self-accomplishment. This is built through positive feedback, assigning tasks that they are able to complete. And so this builds upon you're empowering your child to have bragging rights. Like, hey, look at me, I did that. If it's the child loading the dishwasher and they've seen you do it 1,000 times, they know where the forks go, they know where the spoons go, the knives, the bowls, the cups. And then they're like, hey, Mom, it's loaded, it's ready for soap. Can you come watch me while I put the soap in? They've now asked for assistance and supervision. They put the soap in, they close the door, they push the button, and you're right there giving that positive praise, that positive feedback, and you just see your child glowing and beaming. You're giving them that sense of accomplishment, and they're just like, yes, you do a great job. You can do this. You can be a success, and your efforts are validated. And so that is another way that the child is like, okay, I matter. And so it builds that self-esteem, that resilience, and they're able to be like, I can complete this task. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how long it takes, I can complete it. The 9th way to help your child build their self-esteem is to nurture your own self-esteem as a parent. what is this? What is nurturing your own self-esteem? This is the parent's self-talk to themselves. So this is anything that you may say to yourself. Our children, your children, they are listening. They are seeing behaviors, what you say, how you feel. If you're feeling anxious and stressed, it's going to flow over onto them. If you're feeling calm and relaxed and in control, they are going to feel more secure and be more chill. And let's just be real. Every parent wants a chill kid. And so they're more flexible, they're more accommodating, they'll go with whatever life throws at them. So being aware of yourself as a parent and monitoring your own self-esteem is a huge deal. This is how we help build our children's self-esteem, and that it's a collective effort. In this way, we are setting a good example for our children. Above all, tell your children that you love them every day. And this, when they feel it and they know it, their self-esteem will skyrocket. I hope these 9 practical ways have been beneficial to you and that you can implement them with your little one. Therapy can also be very beneficial for the child in boosting and improving their self-confidence, their self-esteem. It brings self-awareness, and it also increases their potential to thrive. My name is Aspen Badger. I'm a licensed therapist. There's a link below for a free consultation. If that interests you, click the link below and we can book a session. Thank you for watching, and warrior on, beautiful people.